She was gone by the time I got back from the vending machine, just a lukewarm bottle of apple juice and a pack of gum in my hand. No note. No forwarding address. No wife. No baby. Only the smell of antiseptic and the faint creak of the rocking chair where she'd been nursing our newborn just 20 minutes before. I stared at the empty hospital room, my mind clawing for logic in a moment that didn't allow any. The nurse walked in with a soft smile and a clipboard, and I asked her, "Where's my wife?" She blinked, then frowned, then said she'd check. But no one had seen her leave. No one questioned a new mother walking out with her baby. I didn't sleep that night. I didn't sleep for a lot of nights after that. Just kept watching the door, like she might walk back in and say it was all a misunderstanding. But she didn't. I called every number I had. Checked with her sister voicemails. Her mother, cold silence. I even filed a missing persons report, but they looked at me like I was crazy. "Are you sure she didn't just leave you?" one officer asked. "Yeah. She left me, took our child, and disappeared into whatever black hole she'd been digging since before the delivery. She didn't want the baby." Not really. I remember the way she looked at her belly like it was a burden. I thought postpartum hit early. I was wrong. Weeks turned into months. I went to work. I came home to silence. I stopped cooking for 2. I took the crib down, packed the toys. And in the spaces between grief and disbelief, something else crept in, clarity. She'd planned this. The quiet withdrawal, the fake smiles, the sudden interest in joint accounts, and the way she kept asking about my salary after we found out it was a girl. And then, 5 months later, I got the court summons. She wanted child support. She walked into court like a ghost that had remembered how to smile. Thin, dramatic, wearing pity like perfume. She didn't even look at me as she sat down across the aisle, her lawyer whispering something into her ear that made her lips curve. I remember gripping the edge of the table, keeping my jaw tight. Her attorney painted a sob story about abandonment, about how I walked out after the birth, and how she was struggling to raise our daughter alone. I wanted to laugh. I wanted to scream, but I didn't. I waited. Then she took the stand. "I don't have a job," she said with a shrug, not even faking regret. "So I won't stop leeching off him. He can afford it. Why should I work when he's dumb enough to keep earning?" The courtroom chuckled. Even the judge raised his brow. She smiled wider. Like this was her show. Like she had already won. That was her mistake. "Your Honor," I said, standing slowly, voice steady, heart ready to break or burst. I didn't care which. "Before a ruling is made, I have something to add." I reached into my bag and pulled out the file. I held it like it was radioactive, because to me, it was. The truth often is. "This," I said, handing it to the bailiff, "is a certified DNA test. I ordered it when I found out she left the hospital without telling anyone. Had to go through court channels just to get access to a sample since she wouldn't return my calls." The room shifted. Her smirk faded. The judge opened the file, flipping through the pages with deliberate slowness. The kind that makes seconds feel like surgery. He looked up. "The results confirm, with 99.9% certainty, the child is not biologically yours." The silence was total. The kind that hums. She stood up suddenly, shouting, "He's lying. That test is fake. He's just trying to get out of paying me." But the judge raised a hand. "The lab is court approved. These are legitimate results. And since you knowingly misrepresented the child's paternity in a sworn affidavit, you've committed perjury." She tried to speak again, but the words kept stumbling over each other. Her lawyer whispered frantically. The judge leaned back, eyes hard now. This court dismisses all claims for child support, he said flatly. Furthermore, I'm referring this case for criminal review regarding fraudulent claims and perjury. She collapsed into her seat like air had betrayed her. I didn't look at her. Not really. I just felt done. I walked out into the cold sunlight of the parking lot, the wind slicing through my coat, and for the first time in months, I breathed like I wasn't being hunted. I didn't win. Not really. I lost a child I thought was mine. I lost months of peace, sleep, love. But I walked out that door alone, not because I was abandoned, but because I chose to walk away from a lie. And sometimes that's enough justice for a man. Some people drain you. Some people leave you. And some people try to destroy you. But the moment you stop bleeding for them, that's the moment you start healing.